caffeine. It has 200 milligrams of caffeine, and that's nothing revolutionary or out of the ordinary. It's the same amount as Gatorade's Fast Twitch. It's the same amount as Celsius, and even less. 100 milligrams less than Bang Energy.
Is Logan Paul's winning streak finally coming to an end? From lawsuits to declining sales, it seems like everything the YouTube star touches is now falling apart. Could this be the beginning of his downfall, or can he turn things around before it's too late? Before we get into this video, why don't you take a second to subscribe to our channel and like this video?
I really, really do believe it is going to be the catalyst for a lot of young people getting into crypto. I think this will be their first fun NFT crypto.
To understand how things got so messy for Logan Paul, we need to look at the whole CryptoZoo drama. CryptoZoo was Logan's big NFT project that was supposed to shake up the blockchain gaming world. The idea was simple. Players could buy, sell, and breed digital animals using NFTs. Logan promoted it as this groundbreaking venture that would be both fun and profitable, especially for his young fans who were getting into crypto. He made it sound like the next big thing that everyone should jump on.
How much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around 15,000 US dollars.
I lost $25,000.
But then, CoffeeZilla, a YouTuber who investigates scams in the crypto world, started looking into CryptoZoo. What he found wasn't what Logan had promised. According to CoffeeZilla, the project was a complete disaster. People who invested their money were left with practically nothing. The game was barely functional, and the NFTs weren't delivering on the promised returns. CoffeeZilla didn't hold back, and his videos called out Logan for misleading his audience and not delivering on the project's big promises.
Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again.
Of course, Logan didn't take that lightly. He responded by suing CoffeeZilla for defamation, claiming that CoffeeZilla was damaging his reputation and spreading false information just to boost his own profile. Logan said CoffeeZilla was trying to make him look like a scammer to benefit himself. But here's where it gets interesting. Logan actually apologized at one point. He admitted that his initial reaction was all ego, and even thanked CoffeeZilla for shedding light on the issues with CryptoZoo. For a brief moment, it seemed like Logan was going to own up to the mistakes and move on. But that's not what happened. Even after apologizing, Logan pushed forward with the lawsuit. It left everyone confused. Was he genuinely sorry, or was he just trying to cover his tracks? By continuing the lawsuit, Logan reignited the controversy instead of letting it die down. It felt like he couldn't let go of protecting his image, even if it meant dragging the issue out in court.
And then even before that, Liquid Marketplaces a few months back, Dink Doink was a year ago.
Wow, that's illegal.
And then any of his escapades before that for the base set booster box, that was in 2020, right? So it's been a hot second since Logan Paul's been around. He got scammed.
If you thought Logan Paul's issues with CryptoZoo were bad, the situation with Liquid Marketplace takes things to another level. Liquid Marketplace is a platform Logan co-founded, and on the surface, it seemed like a really cool idea. The platform allowed users to co-own pieces of high-value collectibles, things like rare trading cards, expensive memorabilia, and other big-ticket items. Instead of one person owning the whole thing, the idea was that multiple people could buy shares in these assets, kind of like how you invest in stocks. But here's where it all starts falling apart. Liquid Marketplace is now being investigated in Canada for alleged fraud, and people who invested in the platform are feeling pretty burned. The complaints are piling up, with users claiming they were misled. The big accusation? Liquid Marketplace apparently didn't go through the proper steps to authenticate and tokenize these high-value assets, which was the whole point of the platform. Investors thought they were buying legitimate, verified shares of collectibles, but it turns out those promises may have been empty. Logan isn't directly named in the lawsuit, but the fact that he co-founded and heavily promoted Liquid Marketplace has definitely raised eyebrows. I mean, his face was all over the marketing, and millions of people followed his endorsement, trusting the platform because it had his name on it. That's where things get tricky. Even if Logan wasn't involved in the day-to-day management, his promotion of the platform makes people question just how much he knew about what was really going on behind the scenes. It's honestly starting to feel like a pattern with Logan. big, flashy projects that sound amazing at first, but end up crashing and burning. And just like with CryptoZoo, people are left feeling duped. The investigation is still ongoing, but it's not looking good. Investors want answers, and if the fraud allegations are proven, this could be another huge blow to Logan's already shaky reputation. It's wild how everything he touches seems to come with controversy, right? At first, it seemed like Logan had struck gold again. Prime was everywhere, promoted by influencers, athletes, and even Logan himself on social media. The drink gained massive popularity, but with that success came some serious problems. Right now, Prime is facing multiple lawsuits, and they're not minor ones. Long before Prime was even a thing. Their company, Congo Brands, has done this before with other products. Take Alani Nu, for example. That brand, which First up is the lawsuit from the Olympic Committee. Prime decided to run a campaign using Olympic-themed marketing with slogans like "Go for Gold" and "Team USA." They even had Kevin Durant, a well-known Olympian, front and center in the ads. The problem? They didn't get permission from the Olympic Committee to use any of that branding. The Olympics is extremely protective of their trademarks, and they weren't going to let this slide. According to the lawsuit, Prime's use of these phrases and Olympic-style design made it look like the drink was officially connected to the Olympics, which it wasn't. The Olympic Committee is now suing for trademark infringement, and if they win, this could cost Prime millions.
Is not. There's claims that PFOS or forever chemicals come from plastic. So in this case, they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufacturing.
But that's not all. Prime is also dealing with some serious health concerns over the ingredients in their energy drinks. There have been accusations that Prime contains harmful forever chemicals, particularly in their grape-flavored variant. These chemicals are a huge deal because they stay in your body forever. Your liver and kidneys can't process them out, and they've been linked to health issues like kidney damage and cancer. Parents are freaking out, especially since Prime's marketing is heavily targeted toward kids and teens. Some parents have even reported their kids having extreme reactions after drinking Prime, like elevated heart rates and shaking. So, there's a growing call for the FDA to investigate, and that's a major hit to Prime's reputation. On top of all that, Prime is being sued by Refresco, one of its bottling manufacturers. Refresco claims that Prime breached a multi-million-dollar contract by failing to meet their agreed-upon production commitments. According to the lawsuit, Prime had committed to a 3-year contract with Refresco to produce custom bottles, but partway through, they allegedly backed out. Refresco had already made massive investments in their production line to accommodate Prime's specific needs, and now they're demanding $68 million in damages for lost revenue and the cost of those modifications.
We want you to give it a go. See what you think of Prime. Okay, so smells a bit high. What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just come from the Maldives.
No, it's like swallowing perfume.
This is a classic case of what happens when celebrity hype meets market reality. Sure, when someone as big as Logan Paul attaches their name to a product, people are curious. They'll buy it, try it, and post about it. But the real challenge comes in keeping that momentum going. Prime had the initial boom, but now it's struggling to maintain its place in the market. People aren't as excited anymore, and with so many competitors in the beverage space, it's tough to keep grabbing attention, especially once the novelty wears off. The legal battles aren't helping either. Prime is caught up in lawsuits over everything from trademark infringement with the Olympic Committee to health concerns over forever chemicals in their drinks. These kinds of headlines make people think twice before grabbing a bottle off the shelf. And then there's the lawsuit with the Refresco, the bottling company, which just adds another layer of complications. All of this drama is eating away at the brand's reputation. Prime went from being the trendy new drink to something that's becoming a liability, both in the courtroom and with consumers. What's really hurting Prime is the trust factor. Once parents and health experts start raising alarms about what's inside your product, especially when it's marketed to kids, it's a tough road back. And for a brand that was so heavily dependent on social media buzz, that decline in trust is even more damaging. People want to feel good about what they're buying, and when that trust is broken, it's not easy to win them back. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.